Hey everyone, GXVL here with a brand new video, and this is a very free open discussion about having like either a good idea or a bad idea of mostly anything. But right now let's talk about like having like a bad idea when it comes to like having like if you wanted to like make a movie or TV show. I took it about like mostly on the lines of myself because as a kid and then up to like my teenage years I thought of like very questionable, absurd movies slash TV shows that I know for a fact are never gonna happen. But I would love to share you guys with my bad movie ideas that I had as a kid and teenager. One of them being is known as Dragon Ball Z Broly's Wrath. And oh boy, it's supposed to be a live action with a mix of blend of CGI and whatnot, and having apparently I wanted Ben Stiller to be Goku. I'm not kidding when I say that. And the way how I imagine Broly was that like picture the the TKG 3 opening animated sequence that is of course like 3D animation. Well, picture Broly that he was from there, but have that like realistic aesthetic textures from that the 2008 Hulk, and then boom, you get a live action Broly, right? And apparently, like, I don't know, just imagine Ben Stiller wearing Goku's outfit. It does not sound good as it sounds. Like, apparently, on how it goes is that like it's supposed to be like the fourth Broly movie to be part of the Dragon Ball Z franchise. And not gonna lie, I thought the Dragon Ball Z franchise was from America. that was dumb kid me. To paraphrase that, I now know that Dragon Ball as a whole is from Japan for the most part, so yeah, it'll be weird to have like a live action tie-in, and knowing for a fact now that most of the Dragon Ball Z movies are not remotely part of the main continuity whatsoever. Kind of sucks though, because some of them looks like they could fit in there, at least with Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, right? And then of course with the at least maybe Cooler's Revenge, it could easily take place like after the Planet Namek saga and before like the arrival of the androids and Cyborg Frieza, right? But hey, what do you know, right? Especially with the likes of BoJack Unbound being taking place like literally after the Cell games, right? Or even Wrath of the Dragon taking place after the Majin Buu saga. That's where I came up with the name Broly's Wrath, because of freaking Wrath of the Dragon, and that I really liked Broly a lot back then. So like I don't know who else to portray the characters. I was thinking maybe on the lines like, I don't know, maybe Hugh Jackman or the guy who played Darth Maul to play as Vegeta. Maybe, who knows? And maybe getting one of the Sprouse twins to play as Goten and Trunks, since they were like freaking young. But yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. You're giving Hollywood ideas, and I'm like, well, they're bad ideas, which means they shouldn't. Now, moving on from that one, another bad movie idea I had was the likes of before Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4 remotely happened. I was thinking on the lines of, I thought Spy Kids 3D was awesome, right? So I took Spy Kids 3D's concept and thinking that like Andy would be kidnapped by the previous Toy Story villains, and that the protagonists themselves, the toys themselves, had to like go to this video game adventure to save Andy, and Andy would now find out that like, oh wow, they actually talked and they saved me from these villains trap. And it sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? I tell you, it really does. And then I thought I had a bright idea when it comes to like self-inserting myself when it comes to like, you remember Timmy Jimmy Power Hour? Yeah, I tried to strongly pretend that I was switching places with the likes of Timmy Turner. Yeah, I even drew that as a notebook. I have no idea where that notebook went. Maybe I might have thrown it away a long time ago. Who knows? But I also came up with the likes of of a SpongeBob and Timmy Turner Power Hour, and I even showed those drawings to my very own best friend Manny. And yeah, Mac Trav slash Manny would even vouch for me to tell you guys like how absurd that is. But I'm surprised that Nickelodeon never done that. Probably because I now learned that like Steven Hillenburg never wanted SpongeBob to be crossover with other characters, but luckily Nickelodeon got away with them when it comes to the Christmas commercial breaks crossovers ones, you know, and especially when it comes to the kart racing stuff, when it comes to the video games. So it makes sense when it comes to that stuff, right? Especially with Nicktoons Unite. But hey, what do you know? So yeah, there was that. Oh, and there was even like me trying to come up with like I loved the Lion King 1.5. I was like, what if it had like the 3D movie but being called like the Lion King 2D.5 or something like that? I don't know. Kid Me was strange. It really was. And I never thought of the story whatsoever for some unknown reason. I kept on putting like things like 3D, 2D, 4D onto like whatever comes into my head. So yeah, Kid Me had very bad ideas. Adopt me now. I feel like I have better ideas now. Not kidding. But I'm not going to tell you guys good ideas right now. I'm crazy. I want to tell you guys that I had bad ideas along the way. And this wasn't really a movie idea, more like a video game idea. Like, remember, this is young me, okay? Young me loved the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. Yeah, grab your pitchforks and grab a time machine to travel back in time to kick my own ass. Heck, I just simply want to travel back in time to kick myself in the ass. Okay? But anyways, apparently I had this idea that, like, you know what, considering, like, picture, you guys remember, you know, Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja 4, right? On how it phrased its title when it being introduced the game, it was calling itself Ultimate Ninja 4 Naruto Shippuden. So I was like, we had Tikeichi, right? So I was thinking to myself, like, you know what? Why not have Dragon Ball Evolution, Budokai Tikeichi 4? And I know what you guys are thinking. Really, man? Like, young you thought of that? And I was like, hey, hear me out. I at least with young me, when having that idea, I actually wanted the characters to resemble from the anime / cartoon for the most part, while still having the, you know, those type of clothing that we and storyline that we saw from the movie. So they were still technically look like themselves, but with just different outfits. All right, in my young self-defense. But then I came up with like, Justin Chatwin said this himself. Like, if people love the movie, they would make another one. And I heard that, hey, I think this other one would be called Dragon Ball Reborn, so might as well jump in with this idea being called Dragon Ball Reborn, Budokai Tikeichi 5. And it, like, when it comes to like with those two particular video game ideas, they will include like the original Dragon Ball series, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT, and then with Evolution and Reborn, and being called themselves like Budokai Tikeichi 4 or 5, Dragon Ball Evolution or Reborn. And I'm like, yeah, to be honest, I'm glad that it didn't get a sequel and it didn't happen. But what kind of sucks though is that, like, just to quickly just say this before I end this off by saying, if I didn't know any better, Dragon Ball Evolution was supposed to be different. If you guys have don't recall, there were those screenshots that that there was a Red Ribbon Army robot suit in one of these screenshots. Sure, screenshots can be somehow faked in a certain extent because you edit them, but no, it was literally there. And we see Justin Chatwin holding like something around his body while wearing an orange t-shirt. It was supposed to be something different if I didn't know any better. Alright, just wanted to throw that out there, and I think I would like to see how that one would turn out instead of the one we initially got. Not saying it would have been better, but maybe it would have been at least a tiny bit more competent instead of what we initially gotten. But well, who knows, right? So yeah, what do you guys honestly think about all of my bad ideas that I had as my young self, from a kid to a teenager. Let me know in the comments below. If you had a better idea, share it with me and let's have a fun discussion, okay? This has been GXVL signing off right now. Later.